The following video has been approved by the JD marketing team. It is rated JD for intense use of the word damn and many beaver-related puns. This video may not be suitable for all beavers. Good morning and g'day, mate. Welcome back to Timberborn with me, JD. It's getting harder and harder to fit everything in the screen at the same time. This colonies went from something tiny to something a little bit more exponential. Anyway, with that out of the way, today we're going to be doing a few things. Let's talk through the other districts before we jump over to District 9. So, Crater Lake, our first district right in front of us, they have just a couple little jobs. They're trying to knock off the last of this levee here and enclose a little bit more area for some more farming. And then we're going to put in some pumps here and, you know, pump out the water. I was going to wait on evaporation, but I don't think that's going to work in the long term, especially as we've dammed up the river past there. So, yeah, it would take a while. Speaking of the river past there, we have a couple of foresters just doing their best to just plant, you know, underwater wherever possible. And a couple of lumberjack flags that are doing their best to just chop trees underwater wherever possible. Actually, we just found a couple of extra trees. Put maple in on that line as well, please. Excellent. So, yes, Double Dam is hard at work. At the same time, they are finally adding in this gear train up to here, which will get us power into our apartment blocks, which will then transfer power to our warehouses, which will then transfer power all the way through the grist mill, so we can actually start baking the bread. Because, you know, that would sort of help to feed this particular colony. On top of that, I only have one grist mill. I'm going to need at least two, so I've set up the pathing up to here to build a second grist mill on top. It's going to take a while. On top of that, these wheels that I've already built don't seem to be turning very well, so we're continuing this drivetrain all the way on to the main drivetrain, because why not? And maybe another set of levees to convince the water to flow this way will work. I don't know. That's a... If we look at this view, we can sort of see the water's going around in circles. Because reasons. Okay. The main district is not actually doing a lot. Okay. They're pretty self-sufficient at this point. Nope, wrong overlay. That overlay. They're pretty self-sufficient in saying that they don't have any unemployed beavers. In fact, they have so many non-unemployed beavers that I actually had to turn off the science district, which originally we only turned on to run through a dry season, and we've just been leaving it running all the time because water doesn't really, well, dry season, wet season doesn't really affect us anymore. They have plenty of food, so they're fine. Yes. Okay. Further upstream, we have the wonderful Double Dam District. The Double Dam District, they are trying to plant out trees whenever possible. At the same time, if we turn on that overlay, I have put in some dynamite. Because, really, we can't path to there? Beavers. Okay. Did that help? A little bit. They can probably build the last four. I'm going to give them another day. So we're putting in a little bit of dynamite just so when the river does drop low enough, we can probably get some fertile land out here. At the same time, when these 3-4 trees go away, how long? 6 days. 6 days. We're probably just going to let them grow. I'm just going to hook the path out to hook in from here to here, just so we can access this slightly higher ground so they can plant on that as well. Because at this water depth, beavers will plant trees or crops in that area. In fact, what are you set up for? You're set up for pine, so bit of a maple. Yeah, beavers will plant in semi-shallow water. Semi-shallow water, they'll come and plant, not a problem. So that leaves Double Dams done, and that brings us across to District number 9. District number 9 is going to be a horrible district where we send all the bad beavers. They have a forester up and running, plus a second forester. This forester is just planting down berries, because we're going to need to maintain a certain population in here, so I'm going to need some breeding pods. This forester is just putting in pine, nothing but pine for the moment. We do have a couple of lumberjacks pre-set up. Have I told them to cut things? No, I haven't told them to cut things. If you see a tree, remove it. Pretty much the stock answer. And at the same time, all of that area, all of that area, more area. I don't think we can access that. I'm gonna go with no. Okay. Yeah, they've been told to just, you see a tree, chop a tree because we're going to go through the resources. Oh, if we had any free beavers, that would help. They are on the main district, yeah. Unemployed 6. It says no unemployed. Okay. Oh, they're slowly waking up and getting applied to jobs. Excellent. So we've also set up a little bit of farming, you might say. And we actually have another farmhouse right here at the end, which is hoping to just grab that last little bit of greenery. So that's out of the way. Oh. And I'm hoping I can knock this down 2 levels so I can run a straight path through. That's all. So yeah, I think we're going to start off with... Yeah... Okay, I had no idea I'd have a frame rate issue. Alright, so with that out of the way, we're going to set up the next layer because eventually I'm hoping to turn this into housing. But to do that, I sort of need to remove, well, let's bring you over 2 tiles. Yes, I sort of need to remove, well, everything. I want to have a flat area to start on, and we have plenty of explosives, so why not? Delete buildings, yes, and landscaping. Just a little bit of explosives, just a wee bit. Yeah, the main Madame district is making plenty of explosives, so, it shouldn't take them too long to get all this done. I'm actually going to drop the priority of everything in the middle, because I prefer it if they get the outside done, and that way I can pull the path back. But that's... Oh, come on. Hey, we get some boom to go with our boom. Okay, and then one more layer, and we will actually max out the priority on that, because I don't think... Maybe that can be built from the main district, but more likelihood is it's going to end up being built by District 9. So yeah, we need to remove all this so I can put in some housing, because the moment we have 36 beavers and, well, they're sleeping outside. Very, very outside. Yes. So that's pretty much it for projects. I'm going to see everybody in a day and a bit when we find out how long our drought is. Well, the drought started at 8 days, and we didn't get quite as much demolition work done as I would have liked. But it does mean I can knock back the paths just a little bit. Yeah, that's the right amount on that side, and this side, not nearly as much, because beavers are really good at not building the parts that I want them to. Yeah, that's about all. Oh, we can now knock back, what, 1, 2, 3... Actually, most of the paths on the left-hand side. Cool. So, we're going to keep building that. I have set up another log storage along with a couple of warehouses so we can get in some shipments. Some shipments over the dry season, because 8 days. 8 days is a bit extreme, guys. Just saying. It also means that, unfortunately, our drivetrain is going to go offline. Which is one of the reasons I want District 9 up and running. In fact, none of those are spinning now. Actually, we might cancel building that. Because I'm really hoping that gets built by the main district beavers. No, they can reach all that. Just. Very just. And... oh! Crater Lake has got their extra area in and done. So we're going to up the priority on those. And then intentionally... pause 4 of those. You know, get this guy, get this done, or die of thirst. Either or. Because I really want this area, well, emptied out of water. Anyway, to not disappoint, I think we should have just a little bit of an explosion. There you go. There you go. Which means I can remove that. And we can throw in an extra 8 carrots. Because every carrot matters. Nothing to do in range. I see trees everywhere. Oh, we have no trees to actually... really? You can't come down here and reach those trees? No, you can't. Okay. Well, if you delete them, they're solved. I need this cup. Alright, that's hopefully enough to convince them to do the right thing. Anyway, I think we're just going to have to wait for the rest of this to get put in so we can go through the process of, you know, blowing up another layer. Alright, with the last explosive done, I think it's time to get rid of this layer. Okay, with a nice flat building surface, we need to set up the most important thing in this district, housing. Because, well, at the moment, we have all 50 beavers sleeping on the floor, which leads to, well, not a lot of old beavers. Yeah, so as the night comes, I think I'm just going to build myself a quick apartment block. Okay, brand new morning, and we're pretty much set up, you know. I've gone and made a small little apartment block. If we actually bring up... let's go with this one. We can see it just jumps out of nowhere. So what we have here is... well, let's go through the layers. Now, if you want a more detailed video on how to do this, I did make a lovely tutorial video explaining how to build these apartment blocks. But we have 1, 2, 3 flat... well, 3 buildings on the flat on either side. And then if we step up 2 levels, we're going to have another 3 buildings stacked on top either side. And another 3 buildings, another 3 buildings, because we're going for maximum population in this particular district. Because this is going to be our workforce. Well, our labour force. Our slave labour force. Yes, we're going to be pushing these poor little beavers to maximum work and minimum rest. At the same time, they're going to need a significant amount of population. So we've planted out some berries. We obviously have, hopefully, plenty of water. Actually, you know what? I might just put in another really quick one of them. We might need to put in some more water in the future. But on the rooftops, we're going to go with, you know, the most important thing in your slums, your birthing suites. Because we're playing the Iron Teeth, they need to have birthing pods for their baby beavers. So we're obviously going to put these on the roof because that seems like a great spot for them. That's going to be our entrance path. Funny enough, they look way better with the blue in them rather than the normal purple. Then if I put a path through the middle, that should be a decent amount of birthing because we're going to need an awful lot of labour to get this district up and running. So we have our first house. Obviously, that filled up instantly. That only houses 16. We still have many, many, many houseless, homeless beavers. And each one of these is going to take 70 wood each. So it's going to take us a minute to get this all up and running. And probably a lot of timber deliveries from neighbouring districts. At the same time, I have a couple of storage containers. You have a whole lot of carrots. Cool. You're going to be our dedicated carrot storage. And everything else is going to have not carrots. Correct, not carrots. We're also going to very quickly put in, remove that please, because I just don't want to wait for it. With that underway, we have you guys pumping, great. We need to lower the water level. We can already see, yeah, we've moved down at least one plank. That's a good start. We also need to come over to our double dam district, and we're going to knock out that, which should make sure this area up here stays greener for longer. Same time, I can now remove that, and those trees have also been cut, so we can just do a little bit of maintenance over here. Plant trees, can I have some pine please, all the way along there. And the most important thing I actually want to get done involves more explosives. Cool. The most important thing I actually want to get done is I would like... Gotta find it. The Flame of Progress. And I'm thinking either side of the entrance to our canal seems like a great spot to build two of these. Now, each one of these does take 400 planks, and we happen to be in a dry season, which means there's no power, which means we can't make more planks. So it's probably not the best time to be building these, but yeah, I'm going to build it anyway, because Madame does have 1,300 planks. So what? 800? 800 shouldn't hurt us too much. Madame has no lumber again. Yeah. We've got one day left on our drought, and it means that if we haven't already, we should probably... Oh. Well, we should probably lower these down to a height of half. That way we can drop the water level in here and hopefully people can get in and start replanting whilst the water comes through here and re-tops up the canal, which means we might get some intermittent power. But at the same time, District 9 now definitely has enough houses. Definitely has enough houses to keep all the beavers at least housed. We're going to demolish, uproot that rather. And we're going to set up District 9 for what it's really intended for. It's really intended to make some power. I need to plan ahead. I need to bring in one of them across to there and take a drivetrain out of the apartment block, because the apartment block does have conveniently over here a power shaft to go from one side of the apartment block to the other side, because we also are going to need to bring power down to ground level. After we get power to ground level, we need power wheels, these important little wheels, and we're going to need a few of these. So yes, just a few wheels, just a little bit of beaver power. just, you know, to help us out during the dry season. At the same time, I am going to have to, unfortunately, remove every second row so the beavers can get in and actually build the drive train itself. And I also need to link this into the main drive. So we're going to, unfortunately, they're going to bring it down. Can I plug that? No. Okay. All right. We're going to uproot resources, unfortunately, and have to put in a drivetrain there, which we're going to have to build across and then link into this drivetrain, which is then going to go all the way, well, as we can see, it's already turning, because this goes all the way back. Oops, sorry. All the way left, right, there. All the way back to our water wheels, which are turning occasionally, and also back to the very, very few beaver wheels we have all the way here. Which also explains why these beavers are going to have very, very good legs. They're going to be quite good at leg day. Consequently, they don't mind that their apartment blocks are 4 stories high and have all the birthing suites at the top because, well, they spend the whole time running on wheels. They're going to have fine leg days. Fine leg days. Also, we're going to up the priority on all of that. And with new boarding braking, we should get this very last power shaft. There we go. Now we're hooked into the houses and eventually into many, many wheels. It just requires, you know, that we have some beavers to put into our slums. So, if we come back to the Madame district, we can see that every single birthing pod has been turned back on. And we have 29 children. 29 children that are going to grow up and have bright and prosperous futures. I promise. I absolutely promise that they're going to go to do important things in their life. Yes. And now we even have a workforce over here. Because yes, some of those are lovely children. Actually, even more children have leveled up. I love it when children level up. They become a hardworking member of society and can run on a wheel for the rest of their lives. Because we have some serious amount of wheels. In fact, we need more wheels. Because each wheel... Oh, really? Well... more explosives are going to be needed. Okay, each wheel only provides 50 beaver power, and our network currently has, well, a demand of 4,000 beaver power. We do have 10,000 during the wet season, but is 10,000 beaver power enough? You know, considering we have a whole map to go. I think, as we already have a drivetrain over here, maybe a future project will be like, you know, Timbertown, where all they do is, well, work beavers to death. Anyway, with all that said, I think we're going to leave this episode here. Obviously, District 9 still has some work to do, but they finally have some unemployed beavers. We could probably turn some things back on, actually. And obviously, they still have a lot of an apartment block left to build, a few wheels to put down, and a few other small, insignificant things like that. So we're going to leave it here. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. If you'd like to see more Timberborn, don't forget, I do have a half a dozen tutorial videos, and you're up to, what, episode 12. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button already, what are you doing? What are you doing? Click it now. Alright, thanks for watching. We're out. Bye.